So here's the Burton Cartel under the pretty lights. We already did a review on snow with this, and it's got a couple changes for this year. It's got a new ankle strap, which is just a slight bit. Let me actually go get. I'll be right back. The Genesis X, which has a similar ankle strap, but not the same. And but I love this upgrade to this ankle strap. Last year, I believe the Cartel had an ankle strap like this. But this year, you can kind of see the similarities in the strap, but yet it's just a slight bit different. You don't have the super smooth ratchets like you do with the Genesis, and it just seems to be just a little bit smaller, and I kind of like that. Because you're still getting a ton of support, but you're just getting I just feel like the fit is just a little more contoured around the ankle. You can also see with the Genesis, so many people look at both these bindings so much. You can see that it has this just ultra rubber toe strap, and this kind of has this like old traditional looking toe strap that, gosh, I can't remember the exact year, if it was like 11, 12, or somewhere around there, but there was a time when they were making this toe strap and it just sucked. It could just never quite grip. It was still a great binding, it was still very recommendable, but I just, you know, a lot of people complained about it coming loose at the end of a run. They'd go down and see it kind of just a little off and it came loose. Well, the ankle strap always held you in place. This just didn't work. This doesn't feel or act like that on snow when we tried it. It stayed where it went, it held onto the boot, and when we were done with the run, it was still there. I like this one a little better than this one, but this one does have a little better grip, and it kind of spreads out and around, where this just seems to get on and off a little easier, but both are good straps in their own way. You know, you're looking at the high back flex here. It's pretty stiff, and this one is just about the same. You know, you got the hammock strap difference. This hammock strap feels a little better. You can see there's a little more dampness. At least there was. Wait a sec. Did they? Oh, it looks like they might have. The butterability is a little better. It's a more better butter with the Cartel this year because it's got the same base plate. You can see it used to be a wider base plate and it used to go out a little wider and create a little more dampness. Now they're very much the same. I would say, you know, butterability is going to be the same as the Genesis. You know, the dampness is going to be the same. You're just basically dealing with high backs and straps. That's the difference. You've got the old traditional team high back. Feels great. It's comfortable. It's a little softer on this side and a little more responsive on this side, where this has that hammock strap that gives you really good comfort and really good spring. But so, you know, you're looking at a nice auto cant. Both have auto cant. And I love that. It just leans in a little bit. It's just a little easier on your body. I'd say the one complaint with the Cartel is the reflex disc, which is great, and I wouldn't want to change anything about the actual design of this part of the disc because I love how this binding flexes the board and makes your board feel a little softer and a little more responsive. It's so cool, and it just feels like it's the best in the business. I just wish there was a little more stance width adjustability. You can only adjust this heel to toe. You can't turn it sideways and adjust it tip to tail, which isn't a problem if you're using the channel, but not all boards are channeled and not all Burton boards fit all riders. So if you have a board from another brand that has a traditional channel system, you have to call into Burton and they can send you some discs, but they aren't marked. What I did is laid it over and tried to mark it myself. It was a huge pain in the ass. But anyways, and then you can turn it this way and you can slide a little bit, but you only have 3. So if you go one this way, you know, you're only getting a little bit, but it's better personally for me to have that little micro adjustability than just heel toe. But then you're stuck if you're not centered perfectly on the board, which I usually am though. But if you're not centered perfectly on the board and you have to slide it forwards or backwards, you know, then you're fucked there too. So you're fucked one way, you're fucked the other. You're kind of fucked in between when it comes to stance adjustability. So that's the only real complaint I have with the Cartel. But it's just a nice medium response binding that blends well with a wide variety of boards, from everything from, you know, freestyle, all mountain freestyle, to some freeride boards that are a little more aggressive, to require a little more response edge to edge. And they're just comfortable, soft, and smooth. That's the best way I'd describe the Cartel. And they really bumped up the tech. Caught me off guard with this this new base plate. Just a very subtle upgrade that gives it the same butterability now, almost exactly the same butterability as the Genesis. So there you have it, the Burton Cartel.